right, so hopefully you saw the lesson before where we had a little intro to this A minor blues. And so what happens is we're gonna play over the new event, which is the 4 chord of the minor blues, which would be D minor 7. Either one of those. But what I did was, since I did this little slide like that, I decided now no matter what I'm doing, whether it's modes or arpeggios or thinking about each chord change, in a minor blues, I'm still always kind of using the A minor pentatonic as my skeleton, even when I do fancier stuff. So to carry on with that concept, I'm still thinking A minor pentatonic, and I'm in this zone now. The two most common zones would be the E root A minor pentatonic and its extension, and the A root with its extension. So now I'm in the A root zone, and that scale, just to refresh you, the root's right here on the 12th of the A string, and it would be 12, 15, 12, 14, or if you add the blues note, 12, 13, 14. On the G string, 12, 14, and here's where that transition, a little weird, it's the 13 and 15 on the B string. Then on the high E string, you have the 12 and the 15. And you also have the 12 and 15 on the low E, but just remember that's the root right there. Then you have another root right here for A, but we're using this scale over the D minor. And what you can do to get that more exotic or add a little jazziness or sophistication in there is we can turn this A minor into what we would call the A Aeolian scale or the A natural minor scale, which would be like this. We use that minor pentatonic as the skeleton still of the scale, but now we're going to add some half steps. And the first half step is going to be between the 12 and the 13 of the high E. But I'm still thinking of pentatonic. The next half step, little spot, to turn this into the fancier scale, is the 12 and 13 on the B string. So check it out. Here comes the next chord. So you can still think A minor pentatonic, but we have this. And you can kind of trill that spot right there, kind of a Santana thing as well. And then the same thing on the B string. Then you get to the G string, and it's 12 and 14. So check it out. Blues is always underneath the more trilly, scaly stuff, right? And we want to learn how to combine those ideas together. So I like going to this little thing. Specifically, it's going to work over any of the chords of the minor blues in A, but I like specifically going to this little spot over the minor 4 chord, the D minor 7. And then here's a little transition from this spot back to the home row again. And there's a million different ways to transition between these, but this is where a really good tip of knowing the minor pentatonic scale on one string anywhere is so helpful for you as a soloist. I can't emphasize that enough. So what I did was I can visualize the A minor pentatonic scale on the G string. But so I transitioned like this. So I'm just kind of trilling between the, or hammering on and pulling off between the 12 and the 14. And I'm keeping that 12th fret of the G planted right there. Then I can visualize the minor pentatonic part of the extension right here between the 7 and the 9. And then I can visualize it between the 5 and the 7. And there's another one right here, which would be part of the A minor pentatonic as well, which would be 9 to 12 on the G. Kind of ending, we're back to the A minor again in that change of the chords. And I'm just doing a classic traditional blues lick again. So I'm not playing that modal stuff for too long. It's this little flavor of it. And so that last little thing there, it's just a 2-finger double stop. And whatever you see my index finger doing, it's just buffering. It's kind of muting the strings behind it. So you're only hearing the 9th fret of the G with my ring finger and the 8th fret of the B with my middle finger. And that comes right from the extended scale, the E root minor pentatonic extended scale. So once again, that's a slide from, I'm doing it from a half step. So it'd be, you plant your ring finger on the 8th fret of the G and your middle finger on the 7th of the B. I'm using my index finger to mute the other strings, and I slide it up a half step. Like that. And that would end this little section of licks for you. So now let me play this little rhythm track for you and work on as many licks as you want. Throw your own licks in there as well. This is just, while we're rolling, you might as well start jamming with me. So let's jam together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. last time.